is, have you stayed at home? Okay. And the reason why I choose this topic is because recently I asked my devotees when they give me a phone call or come to the temple. And usually I ask, so how's everything going? And the answer can be two. One is, it's so boring because there's actually no fun staying at home. But some of the devotees told me that it's so wonderful to stay at home because in the past we're so busy doing this and doing that, and now they have more extra time to recite the sutra, to do meditation, etc. So, but most of the answers are, it's so boring. So, next slide. So, I'm asking you, so are you bored of staying at home? Staying at home can mean endless eating, and for me, it can be endless eating potato chips, because potato chips is my first love when I come to the United States. Okay. And some people maybe feel bored because you're lying on your in your sofa, and then you just do whatever you want, and it's not going outside to work. Since people work from home, and they just can put a very comfortable dress, and then still they call themselves they are working. Okay, but may I ask, do you think that you have this kind of lifestyle? Do you feel free, or do you feel actually there is no freedom, having so much free time at your hands? So then I ask, why people say home, home, sweet home? Okay, and what is home for you? Next slides. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, when we say home, home, sweet home, and that means the home is sweet because maybe the answer is because of its warmth, or because it make you feel comfortable, relax, or because of the people inside the house that you call it home because of these people. And sometimes nowadays in America, I see a lot of people, they have their pet dog, pet cat, etc. So maybe because of the pet animals that make you feel that it's comfortable, and you call it home even though it's you and your pet animal. And sometimes it's because of the memories. When we think of our childhood, for example, and that homely feeling is there. Okay, so the answer to what is home for you can be various. Okay, and for me, I'll give you my answer. Okay, for me, mom is home. Okay, you see this cute baby inside mom's womb. Okay, it starts from the very beginning of our life. I mean, in this lifespan, that we have some connection with mom through the what we call navel cord. Okay, and as a Buddhist, we know that it's karmic force that it's we choose, okay, our parents, and we choose to be born in this new home of ours. Okay, and so inside mom's womb, okay, mother's breath is our breath. Okay, it's in a beautiful rhythm that the fetus baby and mother, they breathe together. okay? And it gives us the kind of energy, okay? And the fetus baby get nutrients from mother's womb like that. So this is a very strong connection. It's two lives, but again, it's also one life. That oneness of life, but it can be two. Okay, this is a very important concept in Buddhism, that we are all in oneness, but again, we are different individuals. Okay, and for most of us, okay, I think mom is home, and for me, it's very true. Next. And when we come out of mother's womb after 10 months, then we see the world. And when we were little, mom's arms, okay, it's like a cradle. And then we sleep comfortably, okay, in mother's cradle. And sometimes mother will put us inside a real cradle, okay, and then we also sleep comfortably. And sometimes we want to climb out of that cradle, okay. And one day we finally climbing out of that cradle, and we become to be our own. And we find that the space outside the cradle, okay, is very interesting. So we sort of outreach the space, okay, outside that cradle, and also outside mother's arms. Okay, but when we grow up, we find that the world sometimes is not so interesting, and we start to encounter difficulties, especially in relationship with others. And so we want to find a replacement for mother's cradle. And for us, for friends that you come to my talk today, I think you find Buddha is home. Okay, so we learn Buddhism when we practice Buddhism, and so we want to find that connection with the Buddha. Okay? Some people, they come to the temple, they read the sutras, and they still cannot find the connection, and they go. So in my temple, I see a lot of people come and go. At first, I feel very sad, but now I can accept it because this is life. Okay, but that also forced me to think about the question. So, how to connect with the Buddha? Okay? If all of us, we find that connection, then we will not come and go. Okay? So for me, that kind of connection is mind-to-mind connection. Okay? If you can find a connection, then you feel strongly a togetherness of with the Buddha. Right? And that will be like our connection with our mom. Okay? So we want to find what is that navel cord, okay? That which connect the fetus baby with the mom. Okay? And we want to find our navel cord, okay? That connection with ourselves with the Buddha. Okay? Next. So in the Buddha, there is a Buddha's saying. It says that in the end, only three things that would matter. Okay? That is, first, how much you loved. Second, how gently you lived. And third, how gracefully you let go of things that not meant for you. Okay? So let's think about this. Okay? Think about how much we loved. Okay? We often hear people talk about or I love you till the day we part. Okay, lovers, they want to say that. But think about in Buddhism, bodhisattvas and Buddhas, okay, how they love us. And the Guan Yin, for example, Guan Yin Bodhisattva, it says that he will save us whenever we call her name. And Siddhikapa Bodhisattva or Dizang Pusa, he says he make vow that if there are still beings suffering, then he would never attain Buddhahood. And that is very great love. So think about, in the end of our life in this world, think about how much you love. And second thing is how gently you live. Okay? Normally, we don't pay attention to what we do in our daily life. And so here, the key word is gently, how gently you lived, meaning that you pay attention to the details, okay, in your daily life. And if you take things for granted, for example, people cook for you, and then you just take it for granted, then you are not living gently, okay? And then how gracefully you let go of things that doesn't mean for you. And so for example, I give you what happened to me. I have a pair of Lohan shoes. Okay, I put on it, and then I walk for a few days, and then I feel that it doesn't fit my feet. Okay, so I put it in my bedroom, and actually I should give that to someone else. Okay, or just give away. Okay, but still I put it in my bedroom for years. You see, I cannot let go of that. Okay, it already doesn't mean anything for me, but I still keep it without knowing why. Okay, so how gracefully you can let go of things that doesn't mean for you is very important. Okay, so think about that three things. Okay, that by the end of the day, okay, what matters most. Okay, so next, then we think about why we need the Buddha's help. Okay, every one of us, we have that what we call monkey mind, which is very noisy. It likes having parties all the time. Okay, and so we cannot stay calm, and so therefore we have what we call restless mind. Okay, so when we work from home, we stay at home. It seems that we have a lot of time at home, but our home becomes our office, and we can never have a break. Okay, so that monkey mind cannot find a place to take a break, and that's why people suffer a lot. Okay, my community here in Austin asks me a lot, very often, Venerable, when are you going to reopen your meditation room? And I said, sorry, because of COVID-19, I still cannot reopen it. But already I can see that a lot of people, they really need meditation to calm down their mind. And so here, I would like to share with you what I call an easy path. Okay, I'm going to guide you, to introduce you a spiritual journey to find our home. Okay, that home is quote unquote. It's a special form that connects us with the Buddha. Okay, and I would say that meditation is easy for all age groups. Okay? My experience in teaching kids at Xiangyun Temple, in our Austin Temple, is that kids, although that they can only meditate for small period of time, okay, say for example, for adults, I can conduct 30 minutes or 1 hour meditation class. But for small kids, elementary school kids, or preschool kids, I can only conduct maybe 5 minutes meditation. Sometimes at most is 15 meditation class. But I can see that for some of the kids, they can concentrate their mind very easily. Okay, and why I know that? Because I ask them, I teach them to do anapanasati, to counting their breathing in and out. And by the end of that meditation section, I would ask, so how many rounds of counting from 1 to 10 that you have had? And I surprisingly, the little kids that they can concentrate and then giving me big numbers of the rounds of counting that they accomplish. While when I teach the adults, most of them, they say that, Venerable, it's too difficult. I cannot even finish one round. Okay, so I would say that if we start trained little kids to do meditation, for example, by counting their breaths, that would help people to calm down their mind when they grow up. But for grown up, I would say that it takes more time for training, but meditation actually definitely will be the easy path to take the spiritual journey to connect ourselves with the Buddha, or what I say, our spiritual home. Okay, and when I say easy path, there are other easy paths too. So next, besides meditation, we can recite the Buddha's name, we can recite the sutras, we can do prostrations. All these are very basic, popular practices, Buddhist practices you can experience and learn from your local temple, and then you can practice at home too. So what I say easy path, for some people, they say, Venerable, it's a difficult path. Well, then I would say that depends. Okay. For some people, it is easy because their mind easy to concentrate. For some people, not so easy. Okay, but we all need to give it a try. And if what I say, practice makes perfect, when you practice more, it will become an easy path. Okay, so on this spiritual journey home to connect with the Buddha, you can make use of this path. And then if it's a journey, and maybe during the journey, before we reach our destination, we will stay in the middle way. Okay, so next is that in the journey, you need to book a hotel. And then here, I call it Hotel Pure Land. Okay, why? Well, in the Lotus Sutra, if you have read that big volume sutra, it says that there is a middleway town, okay, on the way to your journey to Buddhahood. Okay, and for me, Pure Land, the Western Pure Land, Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land, it's like the middleway town. Okay, we want to be reborn in a Pure Land. Okay, but do you think that you will stay in the Pure Land forever and ever? Okay, just think about who is in the Pure Land. Amitabha Buddha, right? Okay, the Buddha in the Buddha land. And oftentimes we will see Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva on one side, okay, and the other is Mahasattva Bodhisattva. But Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva is more popular, so I focus on this Bodhisattva. For Chinese Buddhists, we call her Guan Yin Pusa. Guan Yin Pusa. Okay? And in Sanskrit is Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. This Bodhisattva would help beings whenever you call her names. And so from here, you can see that the Buddha, the Bodhisattvas in that Western Pure Land, they're still coming to and fro, right? From Amitabha, from the Pure Land to this Saha world, the suffering world, okay? They still work very hard to help people. So don't think about that once we were born there and we'll stay there forever and ever. Okay? It's just like you go to school, you got a degree, and what did you do with that degree? Okay? Of course, you apply what you have learned, okay, and try to help people. And this is what the Buddha and Bodhisattvas are doing there. Okay? So this, you stay in that Hotel Pure Land, and then on this journey, you need a tour guide. So, for example, you find Guan Yin Bodhisattva as your tour guide. Okay, so it's the journey. You need good friends, okay, good Dharma friends to walk with you, to give you direction. And personally, I will introduce you Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva to be your guide, because he is a Bodhisattva of great compassion. Sometimes is in female form, sometimes is in male form. Okay, and it's in Tang Dynasty. It's more than thousands years ago in China. Originally in a male form, and later we are thinking of a female form would be more acceptable, and so we Chinese Buddhists transform, okay, transex the Bodhisattva from a male form to a female form. Okay, and I will point out that the female image of this Bodhisattva may give us an idea and hint of what I asked you before. So when we want to find the connection with the Buddha, think about our connection with our mother in mother's womb. Okay, and the human tendency, we are apt to find that mother figure, okay, to find that connection, to find that comfort, okay, that warmth, okay, and that this Bodhisattva plays that kind of role for me. Okay, next. And so therefore, this Bodhisattva is full of great compassion, Guan Yin Bodhisattva. And nowadays, the self-compassion is also a very popular topic among the Buddhist circle. So let's talk about self-compassion for a while. In the journey, our spiritual journey to find our connection with the Buddha, we will encounter difficulties, okay? Even though we are not in contacting with other people, just by practicing by ourselves, we will experience all kinds of frustration, pressure in meditation, in recitation, the Buddha's name. Okay? So why not we play the Guan Yin Bodhisattva role ourselves? And this is what Master Xing Yun has told us, that he prayed the protection, the blessing from Guan Yin Bodhisattva, and then later he found that instead of asking someone out there to help him, why not be a Guan Yin himself? Okay? And this is what I would like to suggest you the spiritual journey. At first, we need that spiritual tour guide, okay, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, to help us. But the more you walk on this spiritual journey, okay, as you gain more spiritual strengths, then you will be powerful enough or strong enough to practice that self-compassion. Okay? So what is that self-compassion? Okay? Then we ask ourselves, so what is my goal of walking on this spiritual journey? Okay? You need to be very clear about what is your goal. Okay? I want the peacefulness of my mind, for example. And then you ask, so why am I on this journey? Okay? Why not just like everyone else? Just do the work, you follow the majority, and you feel comfortable. Okay? And why you are crossing your comfort zone to walk on this spiritual journey, then you would arise in yourself a lot of questions again and again. Why am I trying on this difficult path? Okay, and then so you ask how to reach my destination of connection with the Buddha. So if there is no one, spiritual company together, walking together with you, then you have to practice self-compassion. Okay, so for me, let me share with you my experience. There are times that I ask myself why I become a monastic, and then why after become a monastic, I work so hard. Okay, and nobody to share my workload. Then, because of years of cultivation, then I have enough strength to comfort myself by tell myself to appreciate, okay, the people that I work with, okay, that also to enjoy the process. Okay, so instead of just looking to that goal, okay, I will pause, stop, and appreciate, okay, what I have had at the moment right here and now. And that's very important. So when we practice self-compassion, we need to have a pause. Okay? If you keep moving all the time, then you miss the beautiful spiritual scenery on the road. Okay, next. So in this journey, okay, just like we have journey to a scenic spot, the popular practice, of course, besides seeing the beautiful scenery, we do shopping. Okay? So in a spiritual journey, what are we going to shop? Okay, and many people they come and go in my temple. So we tell them, oh, they are Buddhist shoppers. Okay, they shop around. But today I'm going to share with you something different kind of shopping. Okay, and so for people who stay at home nowadays, we shop. We even though we stay at home, we can still do shopping, right? So there are door-to-door delivery, and people no need to go outside to do the shopping. And like that, the spiritual journey, when you do the shopping, you can also stay at home to do your shopping. So what's that? First, we shop for discipline. You like that? Okay, on this slide, I like this very much. It says that true freedom is impossible without a mind made free by discipline. Okay, so that tells you how discipline is very important. For example, nowadays we stay at home, we work from home, or you study from home. You have a lot of online study. So if you don't discipline your schedule, you are getting nowhere. Okay, so it's very important. And in Buddhism, we talk about discipline. It's what we call precepts. So precepts help us to regulate our body, mind, and speech. So we are familiar with the 5 precepts: no killing, no lying, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no intoxicant, for example. And for all this, still very difficult for people to follow in their daily life, because a lot of people say, oh, of course, I don't lie. Of course, I don't kill. So Venerable Master Xing Yun put it into very simple words. The 3 acts of goodness, right? We all know that. That means say good words, do good deeds, and think with thought. Okay, so we shop for discipline. What is that discipline? That is what I just said. You want to repeat? Say good words, do good deeds, and think with thoughts. Okay, if you do that, then you would have true freedom. Okay, try it. You will find that. Okay, next, we shop for what? We shop for concentration. What is that concentration mean for you? Okay. I remember when I was in my college days, I like to lie on the grass on campus. And then I lie down and together with my classmates, my schoolmates, and then with several girls lying on the grass, and then we just look up into the blue sky and feel very relaxed. We say nothing after class, okay, and my memory is very clear now. That's almost like 40 years ago. And so when we just think nothing, say nothing, and then empty out our mind, guess what? We become very relaxed. Now, it's very important, relax. And it's just like if you have a cup of water, okay? If the cup of water, if it's full, then you cannot fill in more. And what we want in meditation, okay? We meditate mainly because we have too many monkey minds in our head. So we want to empty out our monkey mind. If we don't empty out, then we cannot concentrate. Our mind will be very noisy. And just like that, in concentration, the key word is relaxation, okay? To relax. And how do you relax yourself? If you have too many burden on your mind, you cannot relax. So another key word, we have to let go, right? So letting go and relax. Then you will find concentration. Then you have a better focus on what you are going to do next. Okay, so if you are in studying, if you are in working, this is the magic word. Let go and relax. Okay, and next thing to shop is wisdom. Wisdom. So many people, they say that you read and then you got knowledge, and that is your wisdom. Okay? But Buddhist wisdom is very different from that. But that doesn't mean that we Buddhists, we don't read. Okay? When we read, we have dialogue with the author, with the words. Okay? So when you have dialogue with that author, that writer, then you are interact with what you are reading. Okay? And that interaction, it becomes the digestion of what you read. Okay? And after you digest, that becomes part of yours. So you internalize what you read out there. And sometimes we say that we can read a person. And how did you read a person? Okay? You read a person through interaction with that person, right? So you know that person because of that interaction with that person, right? And then you know how that person think. So just like now, you are listening to my Dharma talk, okay? So actually, even though you are not saying, but your mind is interacting with what I'm saying, okay? So what I'm saying is my knowledge, my wisdom, okay? And how you understand is your knowledge, your wisdom, okay? And through interaction, you got that wisdom. And so this is why the Buddha says that you discover your own wisdom, okay? Instead of saying you gain that wisdom, okay? So you shop for wisdom. Actually, you are shopping for something that's already inside of yourself, okay? Just, it's not, okay, that you buy from somewhere else. Okay, so you have all this. What's next? Okay, after shopping, of course, go home. Because you already have that discipline. Okay, you buy that. You have discipline, you have concentration, you have wisdom. So after shopping, normally, what do? You bring it back home, and then you use that at home. Okay, if that's useful. Okay, so the family actually is the best laboratory for you to practice your spiritual cultivation, because you must have interaction with your family all the time, right? And if not, then people will come to your family, or people who contact you most, and that those people will become the object, okay, that you can apply what you have shopped from your spiritual journey. Okay, and so this is how we try it at home. And then you will get what? After that, you will get paramitas. Okay, that means perfection, okay, of your practice. Okay, see that little happy Buddha so happily lying on the bed. It's very different from the first slides that I show you, right? The bored man lying on the sofa, okay, eating potato chips, perhaps.
Venerable, sorry to interrupt. You have 2 minutes left.
Okay, so that paramita, what are the paramitas? There are 6 paramitas. Okay, that's generosity, ethics, patience, diligence, concentration, and wisdom. Okay, so all these we bring back home, we practice, that will perfect all these 6 paramitas. And then how I feel that the journey, okay, that our connection with the Buddha, next slide, please. It will be like a dancer, okay? It's emotion, okay? That life is a continuous movement. Sometimes the dancer will pause at some moment, and sometimes it keeps moving, okay? But if you know how to appreciate the beauty of the dance, then you appreciate the motion and also it's motionless, okay? And just like that, in the spiritual journey to find our connection with the Buddha, sometimes you work very hard, okay? A lot of interactions, but sometimes you have to pause and then appreciate the beauty of that not doing. Okay, relax yourself. And so next, I found a very good saying on the internet, and it's talked about the 6 paramitas in daily life. Let me read that for you. The key words is the moment, the generosity, the first of the 6 paramitas. Okay, it says that generosity is giving what you have to the moment. Okay, that moment. And discipline is doing what the moment requires. And patience is letting the moment be exactly what it is. And effort is feeling the moment to its fullest potential. And wisdom is learning from the truth at the heart of the moment. And here it switch the wisdom with concentration. Normally, concentration is before wisdom, and concentration is being fully connected to the moment. Okay, so the key words is that we always paying attention to the moment of right here and now. Okay, if we can do that, then we find the connection with the Buddha moment by moment and breath by breath, just like fetus baby in mother's womb. Okay, so this is the end of my talk. So wish everyone have home sweet home. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Venerable, for that wonderful presentation. We would like to open it for Q&A. So if anybody had any questions, if you can voice out that you have a question, and once someone's speaking, you can just put in the chat your name and we'll call you for a question. Thank you.
Okay, everyone find home sweet home now.
Or any comments, if anybody would like to share a comment or a reflection, that's also welcome.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
My monkey mind had a hard time tonight listening. Sorry, I have to confess. So I'm trying to go home. Well, I am home. Don't get me wrong. I'm home. But like, you know, when you talk about the moment, can I just accept the fact my monkey mind is bouncing like 8 places right now? And just be as it is? And how do I accept it and go, all right, I kind of want to get that meditative concentration, you know, freedom type of thing, but I don't know how to get there yet.
Okay.
And I do meditate.
I can see that. Okay, that's a very commonly asked question. Okay, remember what I said, that if you want that concentration, first thing you have to let go. Okay, if you don't let go, remember the example I said, you have a lot of water inside this cup. Okay, so how can I add concentration in my cup, right? And so first thing is that when you have monkey minds in all the places, and then you let it come and let it go. Okay? The moment that you notice that monkey mind, it's that awareness, okay, arise in your mind. That's a good sign. You know you have monkey mind. Many people, they don't know that they have monkey mind. Okay, that's a good start to know you have monkey mind first. Okay, and then you also need to learn to appreciate, okay, the beauty of that process of let monkey mind come and then let them go. Okay, sometimes most of the time that we find that we have monkey mind and then we get angry. Just don't get angry. Okay, welcome them coming, just like you welcome your good friend, but let them go. Okay.
Thank you, Venerable. And we had a comment from Phyllis. She says she liked your comment on self-compassion and taking the pause. Phyllis, would you like to add anything else to your comment?
Oh, sure. Thank you, Venerable, for your talk. I did like how you talked about self-compassion. It's definitely something I'm working on, and taking that pause before I spiral into some negative thinking about myself, or I made a mistake, or I'm too hard on myself while I'm meditating. So I think it does help to just take a pause and not go down that path and just kind of pivot the other way.
Good. You know, when we talk about compassion, we think of someone, okay, give compassion to us, okay? Someone be compassionate with us. And then I really like Master Xing Yun's idea that why don't we be a compassionate Guanyin ourselves? You know, whatever you want to do, you arise in your mind of what you want to do first, okay, so that can motivate yourself to do that to others. So if we want to become a Guanyin ourselves, then we have to be compassionate ourselves. And who is the one that we can show our compassion? Of course, it's ourselves. Okay, so when we have a monkey mind, so if you get angry, then you are not Guanyin. You are not praying Guanyin yourself, right? And so we be compassionate. We smile, just like Guanyin always smile at us. Okay, and that's how I feel. My master, whenever I have question, I went to him. I say, Master, what should I do now? And then he normally would smile at me, okay? And then just like a Guanyin, saying that this is because you don't have enough skillful means to deal with your daily life skills. And so like that, we accept ourselves that we are still on the spiritual journey. And then on the other side, we always tell us that Guanyin is with us all the time.
Thank you so much. And then we have one last comment that I will read you from Tom and Shu Han. Sorry if I mispronounced that name. Venerable, I like the way you begin with the concepts of home and shopping and tie them to the concept of freedom and to the 6 paramitas. Thank you. That was the final comment. Thank you, everybody, for your comments and questions. We are going to close the section of Q&A, since we know that many of you are attending the 8:30 session from Australia. I do have one announcement for the next TBIF. We will have that schedule, and you should have seen that on your email, 10:30, October 30th, from 7:30 to 8:30. The title is Buddhism and Psychology, Breaking Free from Negative Thinking. The speaker will be Venerable Xu Ye. She's from the FG Fo-Wan-Shan Institute of Humanistic Buddhism. And the synopsis is, if you want to change our destiny, we must first change our behaviors and habits. That's just a brief caption on the synopsis. So if you're interested, there's a link. I know many of you have already registered, so thank you for that. Thank you again. Let's give a warm
thank you.
Thank you to our...
So we would like to thank Venerable Zhi for sharing her wisdom on how to stay home and whether we have stayed home. And hopefully our shopping cart is filled with discipline, concentration, and wisdom so that we can happily go home and stay home.
Thank you.
So